There's great satisfaction in being able to do this. I show up early, I stay late, I love doing this. I'm Andy McTigue and I train dogs for Canine Intelligence Academy. We are here to train some service dogs for veterans. My own dog was noticed by the individual that I work for that heads up Canine Intelligence Academy and asked if I would like to turn my dog into a service dog, and was I a veteran? And I said yes I was, and started from there. And I became an instructor with them to be able to communicate more effectively to veterans. And the question is, how does a dog recognize PTSD? We have disabilities that are obvious. They're in a wheelchair, they have a missing limb, they need the dog to pick something up for them. We can help with that. But a dog that has the ability to key on psychiatric or PTSD issues is a dog that literally lives with you. It understands your heartbeat, it understands your breath, it understands your sweat, it smells everything. One of the trainers that we've worked with has said, if you walked into a house that was cooking beef stew, right? You smell beef stew. The dog smells beef, carrots, potatoes, and onions. It separates them all and is able to separate them all. That's what a dog does with PTSD, because your body chemistry changes for PTSD. We have saved lives. We literally have saved lives. We have a veteran who took an 8-week-old puppy. He was probably on his last legs, not the puppy, the veteran, and put that puppy on his chest and got his first night's sleep in a full year with that dog on his chest. His wife took a picture of that and gave it to us and said, "This is a success, day one." I have a veteran in Oregon that has had her life saved twice because she was having an angina attack, and the dog was on her chest and woke her up. They rushed her to the hospital and said if the dog hadn't done that, she wouldn't be here. There are exceptions to this rule, and it's up to the doctors and the anesthesiologists, because there are dogs that have been in operating rooms and they have alerted on heart conditions prior to the machinery actually noting that the person who was having a heart operation was having a heart attack. And prior to the heart attack happening, the dog alerted on its owner on the table. The anesthesiologist said stop. 4 seconds later, the lady had a heart attack on the table. Unfortunately, the VA does not recognize dogs and PTSD to certify the dog to be able to go to the Veterans Administration. I have a certified dog, and the dog is welcome because it's a certified dog. They can't say, no, you can't bring your dog on, except that the VA has been instructed not to give anybody certifications for their dogs for psychiatric or PTSD issues, which is really unfortunate. We have congressmen all over the country working on correcting that issue. Some of the reasons I do this is the emotional part of saving lives. There are veterans that are definitely having their lives saved just because they have a dog. So 90% of what we do is make a dog a good citizen, so that it is comfortable in public, it ignores everybody else around it, it takes care of its owner. That's what we do. The lady that had her life saved, that was a Papillon, of all things. It's a very small dog, but it keyed on her heart condition because it's so close to her. So the breed doesn't really matter as long as the dog has a keying capability to be able to understand your needs. So the breed is not an issue. As you'll see today, we have pit bulls, we have boxers, we have lab mixes, we have Goldens, we have all kinds of dogs. They're all part of the program. So it's an instinctive thing. Not all dogs can do it, but we allow the dog to give it a shot. And if the dog does respond, we can then put a vest on that dog and say, you're a service dog.